to day 19. I cannot believe it. Yeah, I really cannot believe it. Day 19. Wow. So it has been all about reflection, self-reflection, and I am here again on day 19. And if you have been following, one thing you would realize is that no 2 days have been alike. It's been different. I have been exploring so many different areas, so many different elements of self-reflection. Today is no exception. If you are wondering why is Omosola doing a self-reflection and why is she doing it live? Number one, I'm doing a self-reflection because 2023 has been an amazing year. However, if I don't take stock, how will I know how amazing it has been? How will I know the things to do differently? How will I know the things to do continuously? Hence my self-reflection. Why am I carrying people along with me? So that I can be accountable. There are days I think, no, I don't want to do this, but because I have made myself accountable, I have no choice but to show up. Again, that's a really great tip. Commit, tell others, tell people that you want to do something, and you will have no choice but to commit to what you've planned that you are going to do. So today is about well-being and the importance of well-being, and why should we reflect on our well-being. First of all, like you may have guessed, I am going to give you the definition of well-being. So health and well-being, to make it even broader, well-being refers to the state of being content, healthy, and prosperous in various aspects of life. It compasses a holistic sense of fulfillment and satisfaction in one's physical, mental, emotional, and social dimension. So you can see that well-being is not something to be taken lightly. Well-being is so important. And with this day and age, it is also important because there's so many things going around. We've just still are working our way through the aftermath of COVID. So it is essential. And COVID has come with its different things. It's come with a new way of working, a new way of socializing. And if we are not careful, we may feel that we want the old way back and therefore we get stuck. So again, it's very important that we self-reflect on our well-being. And as I've said, it's very important. Physically, it's very important. Again, that's why I will ask the question to myself and to you. How have you done this year with the gym? How have you done this year with walking? One of the things that I have done this year, which I'm really, really, really proud of, is that I have done a lot of work walking. And as you may know, because I did some ha-ha about it on social media, I did the marathon walk, which was 26, the full marathon walk, which was 26 kilometers, 42.8, 26 miles, 42.8 kilometers. And that was a stretch. However, I could not have just plunged into that if I had not been taking my time to practice. I wouldn't say train, but getting into the habit of walking every day put me in a good stand for me to be able to do that. So what have you been doing? What was it that you decided to do in 2023? Did you fulfill? Did you do it? Where did you drop off the wagon? And if you didn't, congratulations. I celebrate you. And if you did, 2024 gives us an opportunity to start all over again. And we're talking about emotional well-being. How well have we looked after our heart? How well have we protected our emotions? How well have we maintained our state? If we get upset, if we get annoyed, how well do we balance that? And this is a barometer that is peculiar to us as individuals. So we will have to take stock and say, this is where I used to be and this is where I am now. Because all of this holistically consists of well-being, as you may know, which has been highlighted in the definition I've given you. Again, there is spiritual well-being, whatever it is that you believe in. Have you keyed in? Have you done it 100%? I am a believer, I'm a Christian, and I've had to take a stock of how well have I done? How have I meditated? How have I taken time out to really have this relationship with my Heavenly Father? So what is it that you consider your spiritual stand, your spiritual well-being, and how well have you connected with your spiritual well-being? Again, it's an opportunity to take stock. Now I'm going to link. So I've talked about, I talked about social well-being, and I'll just highlight something else, because as I mentioned, COVID has created a new way of social life. And if we're not careful and we don't take stock, we might be, it's to say, are we being sociable? Are we being antisocial? How do we now socialize? Is everything now on Zoom? Is everything now on Teams? Or do we socialize in person? Because there's something about personal touch. There's something being around people. I must say to you that I did struggle actually going back to being in person with people in the room, not because I didn't want to be, but because I'd forgotten how to dress up, I'd forgotten how to choose my clothes, I'd forgotten how to make, there were so many things that we took for granted that I now had to go back to. So it's about taking stock and reflecting. What has happened since then? And am I still in the zone of, I'm just doing this way? Or have I been able to reach a balance? So these are the things that are there for us to reflect on. And I think in a way, I have already connected the reason why it's important that we self-reflect on our health and well-being. And the reason, again, just to now put a different spin to it, is that it creates awareness. Because when we self-reflect, we are actually taking stock of, am I doing this? Or am I just walking every day without really taking cognizance of what's going on? Am I actually walking? Am I actually doing any form of exercise? Am I actually eating right? And that's one thing that I need to, also talk about, because you may by now, if you've been following me, know that I do have my own podcast. And on my podcast, which is called Unleash Your Creativity, which is on Spotify, I have the opportunity to talk to different people in different worlds, in the different creative world. And I was opportune to talk to two people who you may want to go and check out, because they talk all about well-being. One of them, Olaide, I've spoken about her earlier on my reflection journey, was from a place of pain to passion. And she is a plant-based lifestyler. Again, what does that mean? How do I do that? I've adjusted a number of things in my life. I've been looking after myself. I've been doing more greens. I've been doing more smoothies. I've been doing more juicing. And again, talking about juicing, I have another person that I interviewed, and she is Yinka Omishore. And it's all about juicing. It's all about fitness. So if you're thinking, do you know what? I really want to, and I have no idea how to begin or what to begin, and there's been so much conversation around it, hey, you will be very well equipped after listening to both Olaide Adiremi and Yinka Omishore. Both of them are on my podcast. They were interviewed also on my radio show, which is on Heart Song Live, again called Unleash Your Creativity. So I'm throwing that out there, because as we take stock, we might be disheartened going, I didn't do this and I don't know where to start. So I'm not just giving you an opportunity to self-reflect. I'm saying there is help, and you can find that on my platform. And again, it helps us promote mindfulness. Again, we're able to think right, because our brain is so important to us. Our brain is so important to us that we need to look after it. How are we looking after our brain? Are we reading? Are we exercising it? Because it was a shock to me when they say you exercise your brain. I thought, really? How do you exercise your brain? You can't even see it. But you exercise your brain by making use of it, by reading, by keeping it active. So again, How are you doing this? And the only way you can find out is by taking stock. So again, I've given us some ideas of why reflection and health and well-being go together. And I'm hoping that when you go do your own, which I will be doing, that it will give you an idea. And again, self-reflecting allows you to make the right decisions. Because you can only make decisions on the information that you've collected. And the only way you can collect that information is by self-reflecting. So decision making, self-reflection allows you. And it allows you to build new habits and get away from other ones in this health and well-being space. Taking stock will allow you to know what other strengths that you've built. Because to be able to do this, you have to build resilience, you have to be, you have to have stamina. So they all are interconnected. Self-reflection, again, is the key to find out where you are, where I am on the scale. And believe it or not, the more, again, this will tie in with the social element, the more we understand, embrace, and enjoy our own health and well-being, we will become relevant to other people, because then we will be in the right state of mind. We will have, our mind will be alert. We'll be able to have great conversation with people. We can only find out if we self-reflect. And I'm going to finish off like normal, like always, with some quotes that I picked up, that I enjoyed, that I liked, which I am going to share with you, which buttresses the fact that self-reflection and whatever topic I'm talking about today, which is health and well-being, they do go together. My first one: in the quiet moments of self-reflection, we nourish the roots of our well-being, nourishing our mind, heart, and spirit. And again, we've covered all of that in terms of the brain, in terms of our emotions, and in terms of our spiritual well-being. And another one says, self-reflection is the compass guiding us towards a life of balance, tranquility, and genuine well-being. Because we can be doing the right thing, but how do we quantify the right thing and how much of the right thing that we are doing? So somebody said to me, I do something regularly, and that regularly could be once a month, it could be once in every 3 months, it could be once in 6 months, it could be once a year. Is your regular good enough? Does it tick the box? That is why it's important that we do self-reflect. And the final one I'm going to share with you is, it says, true well-being starts with looking inward. Self-reflection is the cornerstone of a fulfilling life. How balanced and how great is that? So I hope and believe that those quotes have also opened our minds beyond what the conversation that I've had and what is going to be happening tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be all about finance. I left the best till last because I didn't want you to tune off. I left the best till last. Finance is very important. How have we done with our finance? I would say I left the best till last because even I am like, do I want to go there? Do I really, really, really want to go there? Yes, we have to go there because finance is very important. And again, it's about taking stock of how have we dealt with our finances? What have we done with our finances? Has it ticked the box that we planned? And the only way, again, is to self-reflect. So tomorrow is all about finance. Tomorrow is day 20. I cannot believe it. I say that again, I cannot believe it. But what has resonated with me is that once we start something and we put determination into it, we will finish. So I'm excited that I started and I was wondering, how am I going to sustain 21 days? But I have. Tomorrow is day 20, so if I can, you can. And I have some surprises on day 21, which I hope will help us to continue with this journey of self-reflection. So for me, your Transition and Transform coach, it is bye for now. See you tomorrow on day 20.